Welcome back to the Caribbean, Martinique to be precise, our current island of adventure as we sail around the world. This episode we get honest about some of the less fun bits of living aboard. But first, we take a trip in the car we've hired for a few days to a nearby waterfall.
This waterfall was one of the more busier waterfalls that we've been to. Maybe Dominica spoiled us a bit. But what I want to add is that the water was quite nippy. I went for my own little adventure in search of the ferocious Caribbean land crab. You've got to be very careful with these crabs. If you look close enough, this one has a throwing star.
It might be darn cold, but it's fresh water. And given that we don't have a water maker on board, that makes it liquid gold to us. We jumped in for a shower with no time limit. Only a quick visit, huh?
It was pretty quick.
Not that much to see. Tony's favourites was the crabs, I think we can all agree. Look at that guilty face! Tony loves a crab! We were just on our friend's boat opposite us, and there's like 3 turtles around. So good morning everybody, we're going for a dive. It was a completely different marine creature that took us by surprise. A spotted eagle ray. Typically very shy animals, this one was happy enough as long as we kept our distance. So we swam with the turtle, but Tony got lost and didn't see it. And I was right with this turtle and we never got any GoPro footage. But how cool was that ray? Ah, it was awesome. It had like such a big wingspan and it was just so elegant. And like the tail with the barb was massive, really long on the end. It's a little dream come true. Yeah, spotted eagle rays. They're near threatened with extinction, pretty rare. So yeah, just have one chilling in the anchorage right by us. Yeah, that's a cool feeling. We're off to the beach now. Again, with our friends. They're just saying goodbye to another boat. And then making the most of the last afternoon with the car. Apparently it's a really nice beach with crystal clear water.
Today, I'm going to be fixing this latch. Its springs broke. Brownie broke it.
I did not. I was taking a photo of you for filming. I did not film it. I don't know.
Film?
I don't know. No, I would break it. I opened it and then it wouldn't close. But I don't think I did anything out of the ordinary. Between you and me, Cutterbuffs, I may have had 1 or 2 rum and cokes the night before, gotten a little overly enthusiastic opening and closing the cupboards to rummage through for snacks. I did it.
Well, it doesn't matter. It's broke.
Brownie
did do it. And I'm just going to replace the spring. I've got replacements, but they don't fit exactly. But they work after I chop them down a little bit. There we go. Snap bit. You might be wondering, why on earth are you showing us this fantastic, awesome spring replacement from a cupboard latch? Well, this is the reality of boat life. You fix the little things and you fix the big things. You fix the little things before they become big things, and you fix all the things after your wife breaks these things. Well, it's not perfect. The spring has got too many wraps. Yeah, so it's a bit stiff. You have to pull it out. It works, but I forgot last time that I had to cut down the spring itself, and that was a bit of a hassle. So I put a bit of grease in. It doesn't seem to have worked that well, but it works anyway. You just have to pull it out.
It's a temporary fix.
Well, temporary, permanent.
When you next find the desire to tweak it.
Yes.
Well done. In my defence, I'm not the one who dropped our keys in the sea the other day.
No, you did not. That was me.
We know.
The latch was fixed. Sorry about that. But the boat didn't seem to be swinging as we thought it should. So we used it as an excuse to crack out the snorkel and fins, to jump in and spend some time cooling off in the water. Sure enough, the anchor chain had got hooked around some rocks, which took a few dives to free. And then we went for a little snorkel. I attempted a bit of free diving practice, but it was on this dive, just about here, that I came across a big, juicy looking flounder hiding in the sand. I had no spear gun, no knife and gloves, nothing to catch it with. All I could do was stare at it as it stared at me, thinking I couldn't see it camouflaged. Sorry, Tony. Fish is not on the menu tonight.
Good evening, my love.
Yes.
I'm sorry, this isn't going without being filmed. Tony has made a rookie error. What was it, Tony?
Made a cake.
Oh, that wasn't quite the rookie error. I might make this right. Didn't line it with baking parchment and it's stuck in the pan. It'll taste marvellous, even if it doesn't look so pretty.
It's a bit black on the sides.
Oh. Well, maybe it'll just have a crust to it.
Yeah, carcinogenic crust.
I'm trying to put positive spin on this for you. Here it comes. See, I told you it's fine.
Oh yeah, it's edible. Just don't eat the black stuff.
It's edible if you don't eat the inedible bits.
Exactly.
It smells good. Just need some custard, and that custard hides a multitude of sins. Your cake's definitely a sin, my love.
Good afternoon. So today my mission is to try and figure out how I'm going to lift the dinghy up out the water, pretty much for security reasons and theft, because the further down south we go in the Caribbean, it's known that a lot of dinghies do get stolen. So we have already lost one. I don't know if that was due to theft or or the knot that I tied, but anyway, I think I've got an idea how to do it, but we shall see. I also want to put it up. The previous owner, one of the previous owners, pulled it up onto this little makeshift winch, so I'm going to see how that goes. Otherwise I can always pull it up on a spare halyard, but I just need to make the dinghy equal weighted on both ends so it's not slanted.
Are you just checking your hair was acceptable in the reflection?
Because I can feel it.
Oh, sorry. Carry on.
So I'm just making a lifting strop at the moment. Both ends are going to have these carabiners, and they're going to connect up to the dinghy either on the lifting eye or a bit of rope that I'm going to feed through. So it's relatively simple, really. But yeah, I've got a lot of this rope on the boat, and I'm going to utilise it, and hopefully it'll work out. So this is what it looks like so far, first attempt. I'm trying to find the centre of mass at the moment, so the boat doesn't lift up too much at the front, because all the weight's at the back. It doesn't look far off. I'd say that's pretty square actually. Really.
It's looking good. She needs a clean though, doesn't she?
Definitely needs a clean. Sort out.
Mine. The worse it looks, the less likely anyone's going to want to steal it anyway. We can't afford to lose another dinghy. Think it's done?
I think it's alright. Yeah. You want a bit of a lean so you can get all the water out if there's much in there. We are still in Martinique at the moment. We've been here for a good...
forever!
Seems like forever actually. 2, 3 weeks? I don't know. But we've been carrying on with boat jobs really, and Bryony's been doing a lot of editing.
Such a mess behind me. The blanket needs fixing.
Yes, blanket does need fixing. But I'm going to show you what I'm going to tackle, or try to tackle today. I want to start getting rid of some of the rust that's on the boat. That's slowly grown since the med, and I've yet to actually start to tackle any of it. So today is that first day. So first off, part of the plastic cover has been broken off, and you can see behind it is there is rust behind it, so I'm going to try and do my best to get rid of it and prevent it from happening again. So yeah, that's what we're doing. So I've come to a bit of a halt at the moment. I've cleaned up the metal as much as I could, but it's not down to the white metal, which I need. And the only way I could really do that is with an angle grinder and a flappy disc. And I don't really want to do it in this anchorage because it makes a hell of a lot of noise. And there's GRP boats behind me. Yeah, downwind. So it'll be a bit inconsiderate to do that here. So I need to find somewhere a little bit more secluded and downwind from everyone. So what I'm going to do now is put a bit of primer over the top of this. And wait until I can do it somewhere else. What are you doing, Bryony?
I'm getting rid of the rust with this stuff, which works amazingly well. Should have done it before and after.
Should have.
We'll do it on another one. Yeah, it just kind of eats away at it, and as it drips down, it. Look at that! Rust be gone! That's phenomenal. What's it called, this stuff?
I can't remember.
We'll write the name somewhere.
The seasoned sailors out there already know this, but honestly, boat life is not all adventure, high seas, horizon chasing, whales, storms, lightning or the kraken. A lot of the time, it's looking after the boat so that the boat can look after you. The care and maintenance truly never ends, and this is what a lot of our weeks look like.
What?
Nothing. It's just the way your eye looks. To clarify, Tony's got the anti-rust stuff. This is really very serious, but he seems fine. Do it again. The way you hold your eyeball in that glass is really weird.
Really what?
I don't know, it's just really weird. Do it again. We have an eye bath and he's declined. I could have flushed it out. There's so many other ways we could do this.
Sure it works. I'm sure it's fine.
Does it burn or anything?
No, it was precautionary really, because I felt it a tiny smidge splash on my eyeball.
We'll have to keep an eye on it for a couple of days. Keep an eye on it?
No.
It quickly became apparent that there was no point doing anything other than leaving the spear gun in the dinghy. The reef here was barely clinging to life, and the coral had faded away and died. There were some juvenile fish, including parrotfish, but no flourishing ecosystem was established. Honestly, it was a bit of a sad sight. There was one good school of fish that we saw, which was nice, but it did feel like they were marching along trying to find somewhere else with more colour and more life.
We had a plan. We flew the drone to find the ideal looking reef spots in the bay, but keeping out of the way of the water sports because we're not looking to get decapitated. The drone's got a good range on it, so we flew it into the neighbouring bay too.
And it worked, because coming up we get to have some really awesome moments beneath the surface. And we finally start to spot fish that we can spear. I wonder how we get on.